Good morning, 7th standard. Welcome you all in history period. Okay. Today we have to revise sources of history. Right. And this lesson is in your course of first unit test. So see the video minutely. Right. Let's revise sources of history. Okay. A number of objects used by our ancestors still exist. Some inscriptions from past have been recovered. These sources help us to understand history. Okay? The customs and traditions, folk arts, folk literature, and historical documents, and ऐतिहासिक दस्तावेज, help us to understand history. All these are known as the sources of history. All these are known as the sources of history. History ke ugam sthan. Okay. These sources are material sources, written sources, and oral sources. Okay. Material sources. Number one, material sources. The artifacts, articles, monuments, or on their ruins are called material sources. See the chart on the blackboard. Okay, see the chart of material sources on the blackboard. See, memorials, buildings, cave sculptures, inscriptions, coins, copper plates, and foods are included in material sources. Okay, very nice. Now, let's move on. Then, written sources. Written sources. In the Stone Age, people have recorded many events and expressed emotions in paintings on rocks. Later, man used symbols and signs to record thought. Thousands of years later, script was developed. Okay. In the beginning, man wrote on potsherds, on baked bricks by using pointed objects. Once again, I repeat the sentence. In the beginning, man wrote on potsherds, on baked bricks by using pointed objects. He also used Bhurjapatra, bark of birch tree, to write. As man's knowledge and experience increased, he began to use various forms of writing. The proceedings in the royal court were recorded in writing. The edicts, decrees, and deeds of kings were inscribed on stone or copper plates. Okay. Many forms of literature, such as poetry, plays, books on social and religious subjects, travelogues, and scientific writings developed. All these together form the written sources of history. Once again, see, many forms of literature, such as poetry, plays, books on social and religious subjects, travelogues, and scientific writings developed. Okay, all these together form the written sources of history. See on the blackboard, chart is given there, chart is written there, written sources of history. Written sources of history. Number one, documents of proceedings in the court of king. Documents यानी दस्तावेज, ठीक है. Then genealogies or shakavali, genealogies and shakavali. Then correspondence. Correspondence and patra vyavhar, dispatches. Then chronicles and tawrik. Tawrik means tarik, date. Okay. Then treaties. Treaties and prabandha. Treaties and biographies. Atmacharitra. Then charitra. Biography means charitra. Okay. Then travelogues of foreign travelers. यानी foreign travelers ने लिखे हुए प्रवास वर्णन. Then judicial verdict or orders, यानी राजा के कोर्ट में जो न्यायदान का काम हुआ है उसके बारे में भी हमें जानकारी जो रहती है. We get to know the information about the judicial verdict and orders in written sources. All these are included in written sources. Okay, keep it in mind. Now next, oral sources. Ovi's folk songs, folk tales, and similar literature are passed on from generation to generation by word of mouth. यानी जो हम बातें सुन के आ रहे हैं, ठीक है, जो कहीं पर भी लिखी हुई नहीं है या कहीं पर भी हमें दिखाई नहीं देती, जैसे मटेरियल सोर्सेस के एग्जांपल्स है, मेमोरियल्स है, बिल्डिंग्स है, फोर्ट्स है, मॉन्यूमेंट्स है ना, वो हमें दिखाई देते हैं, वैसे ओरल सोर्सेस में नहीं रहता है। जनरेशन टू जनरेशन जो बातें पास ऑन होते आ रही है, वही बातें क्या है, ओरल सोर्सेस में उनका समावेश होता है, ठीक है। ओविड्स फोक सॉन्ग्स, folk tales and similar literature are passed on from generation to generation by word of mouth. The author of this unwritten literature is unknown. Literature preserved by oral traditions is the oral source of history. Literature preserved by oral tradition is the oral source of history. For example, see on the blackboard once again. Okay. Oral sources. Example of oral sources. See here: myths, legends, folk songs, gatha, shloks, ovi, abhanga, povada, proverb. Okay, all these are included in oral sources. All these are the example of oral sources, right? Keep it in mind. Now, sources of ancient Indian history. We have a large number of material, written and oral sources of ancient Indian history. Material sources are artifacts and structural remains. Material sources are artifacts and cultural remains. Okay. The written sources include the stone inscriptions, copper plates, Harappan seals, Vedic literature, Jain and Buddhist religious texts, travelogues of the foreign literary and non-literary works. Okay, copper plates also included in written sources. Copper plates also included in written sources. Copper plate. We also included in written sources, right? Copper plates, Harappan seals, copper sources, Harappan seals, Vedic literature, travelogues of the foreign literary and non-literary works. Okay. Now, all these are the examples of written sources: copper plates, Harappan seals, Vedic literature, and all these documents of proceedings in the court of king, genealogies, Shakavali, correspondence dispatch, chronicle Taurik, and treaties, biographies, travelogues of foreign travelers, judicial verdict and orders. Okay. Now, Vedic, Jain and Buddhist literature, which was earlier in oral form, is now available in written form. However, the tradition of wrote continues. It is necessary to take precautions while using these sources to write history. These precautions are critical examination of written documents and cross-checking of conclusions from various sources. See here, it is necessary to take precaution while using these sources to write history. अगर हम history लिख रहे हैं, कोई event के बारे में अगर हम लिख रहे हैं, तो और अगर वो अगर हमें समझो लिखा हुआ वो पुराना दस्तावेज अगर हमें मिल गया है, कोई इवेंट का पुराना दस्तावेज अगर हमें मिल गया है, कोई डॉक्यूमेंट हमें मिल गया है, तो उसकी ऑथेंटिसिटी एज वेल एज रिलायबिलिटी चेक करनी चाहिए. उन्होंने क्या कहा है It is necessary to take precautions while using this source to write history. These precautions are critical examination of written document. अगर हमारे पास कोई रिटर्न पुराना, बहुत पुराना अगर रिटर्न डॉक्यूमेंट्स है 150, 200, 300 साल पुराना, तो उसकी क्रिटिकल एग्जामिनेशन करनी चाहिए कि सच में ये 200 साल पुराना है या नहीं है, या ऐसे ही किसी ने लिख के बताया है कि हाँ ये 200 years ago ये लिखा हुआ है, उसकी ऑथेंटिसिटी, उसमें कितनी सच्चाई है ये देखना चाहिए, इसलिए उसका क्रिटिकल एनालिसिस करना चाहिए। एंड क्रॉस चेकिंग ऑफ कंक्लूजन फ्रॉम वेरियस सोर्सेस, और उसके साथ साथ उसका क्या करना चाहिए, क्रॉस चेकिंग करना चाहिए, बाकी जो सोर्सेस ऑफ हिस्ट्री है वो भी रेफर करने चाहिए। समझो कोई घटना घटी है, कोई प्रसंग हुआ है, उसके बारे में लिखा हुआ दस्तावेज यानी डॉक्यूमेंट हमें मिला हुआ है, तो जिस ऑथर ने वो लिखा हुआ है, जिस राइटर ने वो लिखा हुआ है, सेम उसी समय और कोई राइटर ने उसी घटना या प्रसंग के बारे में, उसी इवेंट के बारे में लिखा है क्या? तो अगर लिखा है तो उसने किसके बारे में, उसने भी जैसे पहले राइटर ऑथर ने लिखा है वैसे ही सेम उसने लिखा है क्या, या उसने और कुछ बातें ऐड की है या और कुछ बातें कम की है? तो ये सारी बातों की सच्चाई जांचनी परखनी चाहिए और तभी उस पर विश्वास रखना चाहिए। ठीक है, फाइन। नाउ सी वंस अगेन, in the beginning, humans use symbols and signs to record their thoughts and ideas. Okay. In the beginning, man wrote on potsherds, on baked bricks using pointed objects. Right? Now, sources of ancient Indian history. The ancient period of Indian history extends from the Stone Age to the 8th century CE. We learn about the Stone Age period of Indian history through archaeological excavations. Since scripts had not developed at that time, no written sources are available. However, information about the ancient period from 1500 BCE, means before Common Era, onwards can be derived from Vedic literature. In the beginning, the Vedas were not in the written form. The ancient Indians had developed the technique of memorizing and reciting them. The Vedas were written down later on. The Vedas and the post-Vedic literature form an important source of ancient Indian history. It includes the Brahmanas, the Upanishads, the epics Ramayana and Mahabharata, the Jain and Buddhist literature, plays, poems, stone and pillars inscriptions, travelogues of foreign travelers, etc. Once again, I repeat the same. The Vedas were written down later. The ancient Indians had developed the technique of memorizing and reciting them. हमारे जो पूर्वज थे वो कैसे थे, बहुत ही होशियार थे। उन्होंने कौन से टेक्निक डेवलप की थी? They developed the technique of memorizing and reciting, यानी याद रखना और बाद में उसे बार बार बोलना। ठीक है, रिसाइट करना। Then the ancient the Vedas were written down later. उसके बाद में वेद लिखे गए. The Vedas and the post-Vedic literature form an important source of ancient Indian history. It includes the Brahmanas. उसमें किसका समावेश होता है? Brahmanas, the Upanishads, the epics Ramayana and Mahabharata, the Jain and Buddhist literature, plays, poems, stone and pillar inscriptions, travelogues of foreign travelers, etc. We also learn about ancient Indian history through material sources like archaeological remains, ancient monuments, and coins found in excavation. Okay. Coins also included in material sources, right? Now, Precautions to be taken while writing history. Once again, see, it is necessary to take precautions while using these sources of to write history. A written document cannot be said to be authentic just because it is old. It needs to be examined critically as to who wrote it, why and when it was written. यानी सिर्फ हमें डॉक्यूमेंट्स पुराना मिलने से हम उसके ऊपर विश्वास नहीं रख सकते, तो उसका हमें क्रिटिकली एग्जामिन भी करना चाहिए. किसने लिखा है, कब लिखा है, क्यों लिखा है, ये सारे क्वेश्चंस के आंसर्स हमारे पास होने चाहिए. The conclusion drawn on the basis of various genuine documents have to be cross checked and corroborated. Corroborated means to support and provide proof चाहिए, ठीक है, evidence चाहिए, and corroborated with the one another. Such a critical analysis is very important in the writing of history. Okay. Now, here our revision of the lessons sources of history is over, but before that we must revise one more important point, and that is Tariq or Tawriq. Tariq or Tawriq means the sequence of events. What do you mean by Tariq or Tawriq? Tariq or Tawriq means the sequence of events. Okay. See here. Tawriq. Or Tariq. Means the sequence of events. Tariq or Tawriq means the sequence of event. Okay, don't forget, right? Very good. And now, Bakhar is a type of chronicle that originated in Maharashtra. Okay, don't forget. Now here, our revision of lesson sources of history is over. Do preparation for the examination. Okay, and now till then, goodbye. Take care.